Higgs' theory of the boson, or particle, that gives mass to matter, it has always seemed likely that he would win this year's Nobel Prize for Physics. And though he shared the award with the Belgian counterpart, François Eglaert, the naming of the Higgs boson will mean that it is the British scientist who will be forever associated with the breakthrough, as our science editor Tom Clark now reports.
It pervades the entire universe, you, me, and everything else. It is the fundamental particle that gives all matter mass. Without it, we wouldn't exist at all. As such, discoveries don't get much more deserving of a Nobel Prize than the Higgs boson.
This year's prize is about something very small that makes all the difference.
The prize has gone to Belgian François Englert and our very own Peter Higgs, the first people to theorise its existence back in 1964.
Well, I would like to add my congratulations to everybody involved in this tremendous achievement.
The particle they dreamt up was finally discovered last year at CERN in Geneva. Then it became almost certain the men from Stockholm would come calling. Today, the prize committee had no trouble getting the world's newest famous Belgian on the phone.
Are you there with us, Professor Englert?
Yes, I am on the phone.
But despite delaying the entire announcement for an hour, Peter Higgs couldn't be reached, the octogenarian physicist proving almost as elusive as the particle, which now bears his name. Those who know Professor Higgs say they're not surprised he's gone hiking in the Highlands, avoiding the call most scientists dream of receiving.
Well, I think it's partly because of his inherent modesty, that he actually is very difficult for him to really push himself forward. He's always been rather modest and actually looks to give other people credit where appropriate.
The notoriously camera-shy Professor Higgs later released a statement saying he was overwhelmed at the news and congratulating others for their contributions to his Nobel recognition. The truth is, there's always been a sense of squeamishness among scientists about who should be given a Nobel Prize for the Higgs. Its ultimate discovery last year was the result of a collaboration between thousands of physicists. And although two people were recognised today for dreaming it up in the first place, some of the most important theoretical work that led to its ultimate discovery was done by three completely different physicists working here at Imperial College in London. In 1967, Professor Tom Kibble published the paper that arguably made a proper search for the Higgs possible. Do you feel hard done by that you aren't included in the prize?
I understand the problem that the Nobel Committee has because they have a self-imposed rule that they can't give the prize to more than 3 people. And our work was certainly the third of the 3 papers. So it is understandable that they felt they couldn't give it to 5 people, so they have to stick with 2.
The century-old Nobel Prizes aren't really set up to reflect the collective nature of modern science. But the physicists in Geneva who worked on the Higgs were delighted the ultimate scientific recognition went to the particle behind all the people who led to its discovery.
Tom Clark. Tonight's main news, this programme has uncovered new concerns over the use of 0-hours contracts by private sector care providers, which are putting pressure on social workers delivering home care.
And Siobhan's been writing all about that on our website, channel4.com/news.
But that's Channel 4 News. Good evening.
Good evening.